Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Dark World Podcast. This is an official episode. Finally, I know. It's been a year, or actually, it's been a year and a half in waiting for this moment to happen. So, this is the introduction of the new one, the new Dark World Podcast and everything. So, let's start off with something that I think I should mention, at least. And that is, I always was saying, like, this would be a podcast me and Christian were going to do, but if you haven't heard already, we are going through some problems. We're not talking to each other. And I made a video about it, and of course, YouTube took it down because I guess you can't name names or something, but you know what? I already saw, and most of you have seen it already, so I was actually going to delete it anyway, because I was thinking, I don't want a video like this, like, that's kind of like this depressing on my channel. I really don't. I mean, especially at this time and mood and everything, I didn't want it on there, so I was going to delete it, but YouTube already did it, and yeah. Anyway, because of this, because he said something that kind of, I don't know, you can say hurt me or something, I guess you can say, but it's done and over with. And even though most of the Disney vlogs he's in, the Disney Creep vlogs, I'm gonna still post them. There's only 2 more that are left. I'm gonna post them. I don't care if he's in them, because what I say is those are memories of him I would like to remember. And if you guys don't remember, or if I never talked about it, I think I did mention that the reason why I'm doing vlogs is because, like, it's my way of making memories. And Disney Creep is something I would love to remember. I mean, I don't want to remember the conversation me and Christian had, or the argument that happened like 2 days later, or like, not 2 days, but 4 days later. But besides those things, I would like to remember that time and the trip and everything, so I'm still going to release them. Anyway, because of this, I'm going to be doing this podcast by myself, and I think that's okay, because the first episode, the unofficial episode, I did that by myself, and I liked it. I was perfectly fine with it. Except this time, it's not going to be rushed. This time, there's no specific date I want this out. Unlike last time, this time, I'm actually thinking ahead. So, yeah. And that means I can also do this at least once a month, because I won't have, and this is going to sound selfish, but I won't have to rely on someone else's schedule. It will have to rely on my schedule. And plus, I also like this because I can just state my own, opinions and whatnot. Yeah, that's right, I said whatnot. And, I can do this my way, mostly. If I had someone else helping me, we would have to, like, kind of share how we would do this. But this time I can just do it my way. And yes, and yeah, with something like this, I kind of like it. I don't care if my videos are whatever, movies, short films, I don't care if they're my way or not. This I like, because if it's my way, I can get all the information I want to tell you guys out, okay? So anyway, this episode, of course, not going to be talking about anything creepy. This one I'm just going to be discussing, like, how's life, and, like, what's going to happen in this podcast, what I'm going to do with this podcast. This episode might not be that long, but I'm going to start off with a segment that I want to do. Like, I kind of think, like, I always want to do something like this, and this segment's going to be in every episode. The beginning of every episode is going to be this segment. It's called, I still can't remember the name of it, but it's mostly just recommendations, okay? I'm still thinking of the name. So, first thing I have to recommend are some books. the first books is actually a series of books called Weird USA. And these books are mostly just books about different states in the USA that are weird. Like, they talk about some of the weirdest things that are in the states. Like, how I actually knew about this was I got the copy of Weird Arizona, and that's how I started looking for these Weird USA books. And when we were on the trip, I got the California edition. So, yeah. Another thing I have to recommend would also have to be is a book by Stephen M. Greer called Unacknowledged, about UFOs and all that stuff. And I think I did a haul video for Tucson, and I showed off this book. So yeah. Now that's all the books I have to recommend. Now it's on the movies, and the first movie I have to recommend would have to be The Witch. The Witch is by far a very, very interesting and what I call beautiful movie, especially last year, because last year, let's face it, most movies were not that great. Next movie I have to recommend would have to be Devil's Due. That movie, that was pretty interesting. Like, it was sadder than, like, scary. It wasn't even that scary. It was kind of creepy. It's a little sad, but yeah, I'd say that's a pretty noble found footage movie to watch. The next movie I would have to recommend would be Society. That movie, it's a very long start. It's a very long start. Like, yeah, half of the movie is just them talking about what's going to happen, and then the ending is when the scary, slimy, gross stuff happens. Yeah, I have to recommend that movie. Another movie, and I think this a movie I talked about, which was The Cell with Jennifer Lopez, Vince Vaughn, and I forgot his name, Vincent. Like I said, I forgot his name, but yeah. Alright, that's all for my recommendations list. Anyway, that is it for recommendations. Excuse the noise in the background. It's the air conditioning, out here in Arizona. If you live out here, you would know how hot it is. So, anyway, let's get on the business, or right on the business, whatever you want to say. So this podcast is going to be me talking about the creepy things in the world. And I'm also going to talk about, like, movies or something that I think were really creepy. And yeah, this was the older prototype of Grindhouse, my series that I'm somewhat redoing, kinda. But yeah, this is like the prototype of what that series would have been. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be really fun, I think. For instance, the next episode after this might be about ghosts, or a ghost that's like haunting somewhere, and the episode after that will be like about a Bigfoot sighting or a UFO sighting, whatever. That's what this podcast is gonna be. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Anyway, now, also, don't mean to bring this back up, but also because of me not talking to Christian, I'm also going to be doing movies by myself. You know how I say now I was going to do these movies and everything? Meaning, the anthology movie that's going to be based on Monsters, the TV show, the one I announced earlier this year, has been canceled because of that. But there is another movie I'm going to do, and this one, I don't know when it's going to come out. I'm not, like I said, I don't like to make promises anymore, so I don't know when this one's going to come out. But it's going to be called, I actually don't know a name. What's this going to be about? It's about a kid who has a fever and goes into a coma, where he has to live out a comatose fever dream until he's finally revived and is brought back into the real waking world. So yeah, and I'm gonna model it after some sort of like hell, mostly. It's gonna look like a kingdom of torture and pain and all that stuff. It's gonna be a horror movie. It's gonna be animated, and the name of it, well, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of a name of it. But it's not going to be on YouTube, of course, like I said. I might release the trailer on my channel, but I'm going to send it to the Phoenix Film Festival. And if it like gets some sort of award there or nomination there or something like that, then I might think about sending it to other film festivals. But anyway, that's just my plan. That's my plan, and from there, I'm going to try to make a career of filmmaking. But yeah. But, you know, besides that, I've been tired. I mean, it's been tiring trying to catch up with my school and everything. So, and tomorrow, whenever you see this, tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, I finally get a break. I get a freaking break finally. I get some days off. And then after this school week, which will probably end about 2 weeks, I get an additional 3 to 4 weeks off. So yeah, I was like tired and everything, of course, with the Christian thing going on. I was kind of sad, of course I was, but you wanna know what? It's like throwing out trash. I don't want to say that, but I want you guys to get the raw message, especially you guys, YouTube. But that's what it's like. It's like taking out the trash. It happens, and then you get over it. You forget about it, and that's kind of like what's happening right now. I mean, sure, I keep mentioning that, but I'm slowly starting to forget about it and move on to making new friends, meeting new people. Okay, so here's a little personal thing. Christian at the time was the only friend I thought I could connect with, but no. But now I'm going to find some new people, of course, and I'm gonna move on. So yeah. Anyway, I would love. Actually, this probably is gonna be the next episode. Is me gonna be talking about the Smiling Man. Now, it's a little known cryptid that exists in the good old state of Jersey. But this thing, like ever since I've heard of it on this paranormal website that I still read from, called thelineup.com. It just intrigued me. I was like, what the hell? And like, there's different versions of it, but actually no, there's not different versions of it. Like, the version I think the lineup said was that it was a man that looked like a man in black, but I guess the actual version of it looks like an alien. It doesn't even look human. But apparently it's been stalking the freaking Jersey, and a guy even called the police on it. Like, some kids reported actually seeing the thing. It's really intriguing. Like, stories like this of these types of cryptids and monsters and all that, these are what intrigue me. And like I said, this is probably be the next episode, or it might be the episode after this, or the episode after the next episode. I don't know, but I think it's really cool. I really do think it's a cool story. It's really kind of creepy. It's kind of a creepy thing to think about sometimes. So yeah, this is. But besides that, I do have something special. Like, I'm trying to plan something special for Halloween, of course. And this time I'm going to pre-record it. Which means I'm going to like record it earlier so that I don't have to like do what I did last year. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for this. That is actually really it for this episode. This was just an introduction episode, so it's going to be shorter. The future episodes will probably be around 40, 50 minutes, or even an hour, or maybe a little over an hour long. So yeah, but this one was just an introduction, so it's, of course it'll be short. But anyway, that's it. If you guys like this, like, give this video a like. If there's actually something you would like me to discuss in a future episode, please leave it in the comments down below. And it's probably released at the same time my third Disney Creep vlog will be released. So yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I'm starting to do this again, because I've been wanting to do this for a while. Of course, you know, now I'm just gonna be doing it by myself. So anyway, anyway, whatever. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, please like this video and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time in the shadows. Goodbye.